Hello, this is Ricky Deal, and welcome to our first podcast. You're listening to Chit Chat with the third power to the Sunn, and we have an exciting lineup. We have from out of the Triad in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, we have the Sniper Sports Report. And of course, out of Raleigh, North Carolina, we have Anishka Dobbs with the crazy news. Then we also have out of the ATL, of course, Atlanta, Georgia, we have J Money with the entertainment headlines. Along the way, enjoy the conversations of Cebu, L Dog, and myself. We hope you have a good time. Check out our latest song after the podcast. But anyway, what I was saying, L Dog, we got a picture that I sent to Cebu, and it's supposed to be used as a promo. It's here on this page. I don't know if you can see it from there.
Well, is that going to be for the upcoming album cover, or are you going to do it for the 2024 Eclipse?
Yeah, I'm going to set it so he can see it. Hold 1 second.
Well, you could have done sent it to me by mail by the time you get it set up for me to see now.
Oh, and y'all should see the logo. The logo is nice.
Okay, he's showing me a black and white version.
It wasn't in color, was it?
Nah, it's black and white.
Oh, you just did it in black and white? Okay.
Yeah, I did it in black and white to send to him.
Okay, we gonna have a color version, dig it? I mean, you know what I'm saying? You got a color version of it?
But what's wrong?
Well, she keep going. She going out.
I know, because I knocked her plug out by accident.
Man, come on, man.
It doesn't matter. We'll fix that. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah.
I have a
colorized
version too.
Okay, I just making sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Though you want to explain? We're doing all this conversation about a picture. Can you explain who we are and why we're doing this podcast, there, Captain?
Well, I'm doing the podcast because you asked me to do it. I mean, but my thing is playing music. I mean, podcast is your thing. I'm helping you, but we still one unit. We are third power to the Sunn. Me and you and Cebu. We do what we do. So, but for real, the 3P sign of being in this podcast is just to rap about certain things, whether it be our music or somebody else's music or some of the things that go down in the world, whatever nature provides us with to discuss. So that's what I'll be doing, and I know y'all gonna join in with me. Y'all shoot to what y'all want to talk about, and that's what we'll be doing. We're just everyday people.
I hear you. Yeah, my name is Ricky Deal, and I'm gonna be hollering at you on this podcast. Hopefully this won't be the last one. This is our first episode, and we hope it will be entertaining, inspiring, and maybe make you laugh sometime. Who knows? What do you think, Cebu?
Yeah, I agree. We just here just to have fun and just let it all hang out.
I'm actually the guitarist, and I do a little vocal work, and I'm also the sound engineer. I guess Captain will tell you what he does, L Dog.
Well, I'm just the one who kind of lay the sound and just musically inspired with the music. I'm just all around music, man, and just wherever the pieces need to be fit, I guess that's what I do musically. Now I'm just wrapped up into the music, that's all, and you can kind of say I catch a lot of the movement of the music, and then we pass it on to Cebu. That's our lyricist. She kind of handled that. I let her tell you more about the lyricist. I stay away from that.
Okay, Cebu.
Well, as LD put it, I'm the drummer and the lyricist, and I'm also the vocalist. So I just like to have fun. We like to come to you with soul, from the heart. That's what you get from 3P. And that's how we do it.
Oh, I forgot to tell y'all, I play the typewriter. I forgot about that.
The typewriter.
Oh, well, that's in my world. But in here on this planet, y'all call it keyboard. Right?
Okay. Okay, we have a typewriter.
Now, since the computer came in, typewriters went out. But where I'm from, hey, they still in, and that's mainly what what I play here on this earth.
I hear you.
Yeah. Well,
I think we getting ready to take a little break right here.
sniper.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Do I need a duck?
How about introducing? The sports report there, Captain?
Well, here he is, Sniper. Is bringing you all about the sports, who's playing and who's not playing. Check it out. Here's Snipe.
Welcome to the Sniper Sports Report out of the Triad in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. So, the big sports event this weekend was the Mayweather-McGregor fight. So, in the 10th round, the fight was stopped and Floyd won by TKO over Conor McGregor. Now, in my opinion, Floyd took his time because he knew McGregor was going to run out of gas. I mean, you have to keep in mind that Conor McGregor was in his first professional boxing fight. I mean, if you think about it, this was better than McGregor trying to win the $700 million Powerball that the lady won the other day. I mean, all these other people who have never had a title shot, and McGregor gets to fight Floyd and make that kind of loot. Oh man, that's Christmas coming early. Now, one of the things with that fight, Floyd knew McGregor was going to run out of gas. I mean, this guy is a UFC champion. If they were on the street, McGregor might just go on and kick Floyd's butt. But boxing is what Floyd Muddy Mayweather does. So, I mean, it was to be expected he was going to win anyway. All right, a problem has come up with the Kyrie Irving, Isaiah Thomas trade. Now, if you remember, Kyrie, which I think the Celtics were giving up too much personally, but Kyrie was traded basically for 4 players. Isaiah Thomas, Jay Crowder, they got a 7-footer that's like playing overseas that hadn't made it to the NBA yet for the Celtics, and a upcoming draft choice in 2018, first rounder. So the problem is Isaiah Thomas, who missed about 3 games when the Celtics played Cleveland. He had the hip injury, so he had his surgery or whatever, and Isaiah Thomas failed the physical. So Isaiah Thomas hadn't even started running yet. So the thing is, if he does not pass the physical by this Thursday at 10 a.m., the trade may fall through. So Cleveland may come back to the table and say, look, Boston, I need you to give us some more. Isaiah Thomas is hurt. What if we we got him, and this guy can't play the first month and a half of the season? Then, I mean, that's not a good investment for them. So we shall see what transpires with this with this situation. All right. Well, my time is out. So that concludes the Sniper Sports Report today. Y'all have a good one, y'all.
All right. Thank you very much, Sniper. And by the way, next time, I'm hoping to see you with a gun. But you the sportsman. Now, Ricky Deal, tell me this here now. You was trying to explain something to me over here on the way in the vehicle about some cat trying to sneak into the fight.
Yeah. There was this dude. His name was Oliver Regis, 32 years old, and he had bought the tickets were astronomically high. You know, he bought his way up in the back of the stands for $2,500.
Scalp.
He bought a legit ticket, but he managed to sit ringside. What he did, he came into the Coliseum or the arena with Mayweather's crew, posing as being a part of their his bodyguards.
Wow.
And he wind up being able to sit amongst the stars like Jamie Foxx,
Well, how
Mike
long was
Tyson,
he out there among the stars?
the entire fight.
Wow.
So this guy, came up with the genius plan, and he's not even from the United States. He's, I want to say, he's from Europe, from Stamford, I believe. And it was a pretty interesting story. If you go on the internet, you'll find some of the pictures he took with some of the biggest stars in the world, Jamie Foxx.
He was sitting with the stars.
He was sitting right a
Now,
few
let me
rows.
ask you this here. Is he going to be charged with this criminally?
No.
Because I was going to say, he had an excuse. You sitting with the stars, you studying the stars, you're an astronomer.
Okay. Okay, L Dog.
I
You say so.
I mean, serious, man. You the only thing would be missing is he didn't have his telescope. Well, he's sitting out there with the stars. He's studying the stars, man. Astrology, all of this comes into play.
Well, that was, I guess, a once in a lifetime thing, and plus his fight, it was once in a lifetime. It was a pretty interesting fight. Like I was talking to you about this before. Honestly, I don't think it should have ever happened, but it did. Money talks.
Well, McGregor, it was like a crossover hit. He was a kickboxer, right?
Yeah, he fought in the MMA, the mixed martial arts.
Okay, so it was more like crossover.
Exactly.
Where you think you got an R&B hit, but it crossed over to the pop chart.
Kinda,
Not necessarily saying it's gonna be a hit. He got hit though, from what I understood. I didn't see the fight.
Most of the networks showed a lot of the major highlights of the fight itself, and it was pretty interesting. I didn't expect him to get beat down from the get-go, because he is a very good athlete. Conor McGregor, very pretty well in shape athlete, but I knew Mayweather, that's his specialty. He's a boxer.
I didn't get a chance to see the fight because I was writing us another hit. So when it calls for the duty for me to make the music for the people to shake the booty, I just wasn't able to see it. Well, Cebu, by the way, I'll be giving you some new sounds, and you might need to turn the lyrical machine on, which I know is going to be pouring out. You thought the other ballad that we did that you supposed to been working on, you remember the last ballad that I did with you?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's something similar, but a little more hotter.
By the way, everybody, after the podcast is over, you have an opportunity to hear one of our hit songs. Well, it will soon be a hit song. So stay tuned after the podcast.
Well, wait a minute. You must be sitting among the stars. If you can predict that, that's like being in astrology. If you can see a hit.
You just never know. You never know where the stars may land and amongst the other stars. You never know.
Oh, well. Yeah, you sound like the typical music teacher that you are. Even though your students is only about 5 and 6 years old.
Well, that may be true, but I'm just a confident person. But I think we need to take a break right here, because I believe Anishka Dobbs is coming up with the crazy news.
Crazy news.
Crazy news.
That's every day, every channel. But we got some real crazy news, so stay tuned.
Hello there, everyone. I'm Anishka Dobbs with your crazy news headlines. A man who went to the hospital in China for a severe earache ended up having a gecko removed from his ear. Doctors removed the creature with pliers, and it was reported that the tail was missing. I guess he'll never hear the end of that. Former CIA agent Valerie Plame Wilson is looking to crowdfund enough money to buy Twitter in order to silence President Donald Trump. I think it'll take a lot more than buying Twitter to do that. 2 college students in Florida found several spacesuits in a thrift store and bought them all for less than $2. The American Space Museum says they're authentic and worth thousands. I'm headed to the thrift shop right after this report. Feel free to leave comments below. I'm Anishka Dobbs with Crazy News. Let's return to the crew. Back to you, Cebu.
Thanks, Anishka, for that crazy news. It was crazy. But L Dog, how about giving us some of that artist talk? You got any?
Yes, I got plenty of it. Artist talk. We're talking about artist music talk. One of the artists that comes to mind, I don't mean to keep it into the typewriter family, but it's Herbie Hancock. I was thinking about Herbie the other night when I was listening to one of his albums. And it was an album from 1974 called Thrust. Man, that's right during the time that he had came out with the Headhunters with Chameleon. But this was like part 2. Now, he had the same musicians on Thrust as he did on the Headhunters album, except one. And for those of you that didn't know it, it was the drummer. See, he had Harvey Mason on the album Headhunters, playing Chameleon. Then he brought in a Caucasian brother who was very soulful, Mr. Mike Clark. Man, you couldn't even tell the difference because it was like it was the same funk, but it was 2 different guys. And Herbie really began to get this going right after he got out of Miles Davis's band. Because, thank God for Miles Davis, man, because Miles made a lot of those young musicians back at those times who was coming up on the acoustical instruments jump into that electrical vibe, playing Fender Rhodes keyboard and playing the organ, the B3. So, hey, man, that's what I liked about Herbie Hancock, and that really groomed Herbie to bring us that real funk down through the years when we had Rocket. He also did The Perfect Machine, which he worked with Bootsy Collins and Leroy Sugarfoot Bonner, Ohio Players of Vibe Alive. I remember that in 1988. So much I can say about Herbie, just like it is so much I can say about this next artist. Another great typewriter keyboard man, Mr. George Duke, the late George Duke. Reach for it. What I want people to know was that this is a musical experience with this artist is that I remember the first time that I heard George Duke. I think I was around about 12 years old. And I heard his song, Reach For It. And for those of you that done heard Reach For It, you know how he comes in. Sounds just like Bootsy Collins. I thought it was Bootsy Collins. I said, oh man, Bootsy got a new jam out. So my brother had said, man, you ain't heard about... What you say, see, Boo?
I said, yabba dabba doo, baby.
Yeah, because that's exactly what George Duke was sounding like. And so my brother said, hey man, they got this new keyboard player out named George Duke. You done heard him? I said, nah, I ain't heard of him. So one day me and my brother was riding and Reach For It came on. And I said, oh man, that's that jam by Bootsy Collins. He said, no man, that's George Duke. I said, man, that's Bootsy Collins. There ain't no George. Can't you tell the way to say? So when the song went off, the disc jockey come on and say, and that's a brand new jam by my man, George Duke. Did my mouth open up wide as the Bankhead Tunnel in Mobile, Alabama? I tell you, man, I was so awesome. But that goes to show you that when the funk came on the scene, everybody had their finger and had their foot in it, whether it was a newcomer like George Duke at that particular time or Bootsy himself. Well, a lot of people don't know that George Duke used to play with Frank Zappa in the Mother, was it the Mother Convention? Yeah. Just like a lot of people didn't know that probably Bootsy Collins used to play with James Brown. You knew that, didn't you, Ricky Deal?
Oh yes.
You knew that about Bootsy used to be with James Brown?
That he was his bass player.
On what song?
Feel Good.
Feel Good.
Was it Feel Good?
I didn't know James Brown had a song called Feel Good.
Can I feel good?
No, you trying to, I tell you what it is. It's something that you told me that I think you about at that age where you're having problems when you're trying to get up like a sex machine.
Gotcha.
That's the jam that Bootsy got. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
And Soul Power, we got to have it.
And he actually did the recordings on those.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Bootsy. Yeah. That Bootsy Collins, man. And then when he left James Brown, he went straight on to the mastermind George Clinton. And George Clinton say, hey man, you just come lay with me for a while in Parliament, and you're gonna kick solo. And George was a man of his word. He gave Boosie that chance, and that's when Boosie came out with the album. I think it was All the Name Is Boosie Baby, or Stretching Out. It might have been Stretching Out, but it was a Boosie and the Rubber Band. I can't remember which was in. I was still kind of young, I hadn't been too long. Put my bottle down, baby bottle that is.
Oh wow! Well, Boosie's been around, and today he's still one of the most dynamic performers you could see perform. But I think we need to take another pause because we got J Money with the entertainment headlines.
Well, he's doing the headlines. I hope nobody didn't get killed in the entertainment, but we'll see when he get back with the headlines.
Okay, here's J Money, y'all.
Yo, what's happening? It's your boy J Money sliding through with your entertainment report. Gotta apologize for my voice being a little hoarse. Hey, I was screaming about that Mayweather-McGregor fight, so I lost it. But I'm gonna push through. Hey, got a few topics I want to touch on. First and foremost, definitely want to extend out best wishes and my condolences and prayers to those that have been affected by Hurricane Harvey. We definitely are praying for you, and continue to push forward. Take it one day at a time. Someone else that's pushing forward for that cause, Kevin Hart. This dude stepped up to the challenge and extended the challenge. He challenged all of his celebrity friends, $25,000 a pop, $25,000 donating to Hurricane Harvey relief. So a big shout out to him. And he extended the challenge to all the big boys. I'm talking T.I., Drake, I'm talking Diddy, I'm talking Hov, I'm talking Beyonce. One person that kind of took exception to it, Master P. Not necessarily in a negative way, but what he was saying was, he didn't know, how cool that was for Kevin Hart to kind of call folks out, because he was like, if you're going to give from the heart. It shouldn't take someone calling you out in the public eye in order for you to do something. So I don't know what y'all think about that. Hey, leave a comment. Let us know what you think, how you feel about it. I'm going to be honest. I can see it both ways. Hey, what about your boy Jason Mitchell? Dude that played Eazy-E and Straight Outta Compton. Hey, TMZ is reporting he was wilding out on a Delta flight, which I saw the clip. So it's being reported, allegedly, that he missed his flight. He was on standby, got put on another flight. He didn't have first class accommodations, and he had to sit back there with the common folks, and he didn't like it. Started wilding out, talking about he's gonna smack folks. You know what I'm saying? Like he was auditioning for Eazy again. Hey, Straight Outta Compton, they're not gonna have a part 2. Go ahead and let it rest, bro. Let it rest. Matter of fact, not only was he wilding out, but the dude that played Suge Knight was wilding out as well. He got arrested. He's fighting somebody. So, hey, like I said, y'all need to tone it down. I mean, Straight Outta Compton was a good movie, but y'all need to leave it in the movie theaters. Bring it down, fellas. Last but not least, got an interesting story about the late great Prince Rogers Nelson. Actually, his sister Tika Nelson is reporting in an interview with the Evening Standard that Prince's favorite color was actually orange. Now, obviously, we all knew this dude as a Purple Prince, Purple Rain, Purple High Heels, the whole 9 yards. But they say a lot of his instruments and amplifiers were actually orange. So, hey, who knew? That dude took Purple to a whole new level. But that's my time. Definitely appreciate y'all tuning in. Please continue to listen. Please continue to support. Leave comments and suggestions. We'd love to hear back from you. Hey, back to the crew. Ricky Deal, it's on you. You got it.
Well, thank you, J Money, with the entertainment headlines. With our final thought, L Dog has a few words of wisdom.
And the wisdom is all about the one and the great, what I call the timekeeper, the greatest female timekeeper of all time. I'm talking about Cebu. And for those of you want to check out her scientific name, is Miss Cheryl Thompson, but keep saying Cebu. And the reason I say that is because a while ago I told y'all about, doing artist talk. I said that when I heard Reach For It by George Duke, I thought it was Bootsy Collins. When I first heard Cebu sing, I had to look and see. I said, I hear Mesa. Wow, I hear Mesa. Of Incognito, man. The lady's got a dynamic voice. And that's the reason whenever you hear the new jam that's going to be released from our upcoming LP, Influences, you'll know what I'm talking about. Because we need a solution, man. The way she laid the lyrics down, that is the whole heaviness of the whole song. It ain't so much the music, man, it's the lyrics. And the lyrics are right on time. It is a prophetic message for this time and for the future also, because I see more crazy stuff coming. I'm getting the reading, and that's the reason we brought to you the one and only Cebu saying we need a solution. Cebu, let me ask you something. How did you come about them lyrics? You ain't got to go into full details, but I mean, what cloud was you under when them lyrics came to you?
To be honest with you, that was just straight God. Because, when you let me hear the music, the first thing that came to mind was those first set of verses. People get ready.
Wow.
And the rest, it just flowed.
And you know what? Now, this just me speaking. Now, we catch inspiration, like you said, from God, and the first lines of people get ready. You read that Curtis Mayfield was standing there with God a little bit, in spirit, and saying, just let her kick it, the people get ready, just to kick it off, because I tried to tell them that, but they really need to get ready now, and because I believe in the spiritual musical gods that's done went on, like Marvin Gaye and Curtis Mayfield and James Brown. I believe they still keep in touch. I told my man right over there, Ricky Deal, one night. I called him up, Cebu, and I told him that Miles Davis had come to me and told me to deliver a message to him that he needs to work on his timing.
Work on my timing.
And what makes it so bad? Hey, when I called him up, Cebu, guess what? He thought it was Miles.
What?
I said, hey, you need to work on your timing. You need to work on your timing, and you need to do it now, or you need to put the guitar down.
I get it.
L-Dog is tired of telling you about your timing. And then Ricky D said, who is this? Who is this? He thought it was Miles.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because Ricky Dill only listened to the legends.
Oh yeah. He I'm waiting on him to write that Broadway hit. Broadway, you notice I said Broadway. Remember we did the show at the school for his kids? It was out of sight. And I remember we what that was
New York. You talking about New York?
No, not New York. It was the Jacksons.
Oh yeah, the Jacksons.
What that group was we did by the Jacksons?
Can you
feel it? We had 3 keyboards, full of explosion sound, but no, he had to have the original explosion come off the record.
Well, I was, why I did that. I was going by what the kids were used to hearing initially in the beginning of them.
Look,
so,
man.
so we wouldn't lose them. That's all. I just want to
Hey,
make sure we wouldn't lose.
I like I told you, man.
Oh, yeah.
I like to keep it original because I don't have a Milli Vanilli membership card.
I hear you. But we got to get out of here. And this is Ricky Deal.
Hell no. Don't
Yeah.
forget the
Oh yeah. Wow. That's what we needed. The record.
Before they bury me in the ground, we gotta go. We gotta play. We need a solution. All right, thank you. I'm Ricky Deal, and
Eldar Makusa.
and this is C. Bamboo.
all right, we'll catch you on the next podcast.
3P, peace.
All right.
People, get ready. There's a change about to come. In a world full of hatred, no one seems to know what's going on. People are divided by a culture or the color of their skin. We need a solution to find peace, peace within. Oh, why can't we love each other? Why can't we do it? Why can't we do it? Why must we kiss our sisters and brothers? We need a solution. Hey. People, get ready. There's no need to live in fear. Gun violence, war, and poverty. Something has to give. We need a solution. No more fighting within ourselves. Let's find a place called solidarity. Love is all we need. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, why can't we just love each other? Why can't we do it? Why can't we do it? Why can't we live like sisters and brothers? We need a solution. The world's in confusion. Can't solve the problems of the wrong, or to talk about building a wall. We need it. We keep searching for a better way to unite the human race. We need it. Oh, oh, oh.
On behalf of Third Power to the Sun, I would like to extend my thoughts and prayers to all of the families in Texas who experienced the horrific storm, Hurricane Harvey. We have your back, and any way we can reach out to you, we will definitely do that. God bless.